All right, lead heads, welcome back to the Talking Lead podcast. Hope you guys had a great 4th of July Independence Day celebration. I know, since it's middle of the week, it fell on a Wednesday. There's been people celebrating it from last weekend and all the way up into this weekend. So I'm one of those, guilty.
It don't stop.
It don't. I mean, why? If you're going to put it in the middle of the week, then you might as well take advantage of it and have 2 weekend celebration of the 4th of our independence. That's the way it should be every year. You know what I mean?
I will. I say do it every day.
You do it every day? Yeah. Well, I mean, you should. We should celebrate our independence every day. But as you guys hear, I've got a guest, and it's one you guys have been waiting for. You recognize the voice. None other than Jerommie with Defi Watches.
What's up?
You know what that means, Leadheads. He's getting ready to hit you with some awesome deals, and we've got some special news to talk about that new project that we talked about a few episodes ago. So we're going to get into that here shortly. But first, if you guys didn't check out last week's episode, TLP 251, we had Ranger Sniper Paul Martinez on talking about his new book, When the Killer Man Comes, Eliminating Terrorists as a Special Operations Sniper. We had the ladies from Stern Defense talking about their new mag-add adapters. That's the adapters to convert your AR-15 to shoot 9mm or 40. They've got 40 adapters as well. And they've got them for Glock, Smith & Wesson, and several other models out there. So you guys make sure you go back, listen to last week's episode. And we also made the big announcement for our new segment where we're going to be talking AKs, the Talking Lead Pioneer Arms AK Corner. And we're going to kick that off here very soon. First episode's going to be this month. So you guys be listening for a first episode of the Talking Lead Pioneer Arms AK Corner. So this week, as I just mentioned, we've got our good buddy Jerommie Smith with Defi Watches, Smith & Bradley Watches. And he's going to be making a huge announcement here for you guys, something that you're really going to like, in line with our Independence Day celebration. And we're also, a little bit later on the show, we should be getting a call in from our good buddies from Student of the Gun, Paul and Jarrad Markel are going to be joining us. So we're going to have a big show this week, guys. So get your headphones ready, get your drinks ready. However you guys like to sit back and listen to Talking Lead, because we're going to bring it to you this week. And because that we're able to do that is because of our sponsors, such as Defi Watches, and our other great sponsors like Ride On Optics, the official optics of Talking Lead. You guys go check them out at rideonoptics.com or rideonusa.com and check out their new line of Gen 2 Mod 5s and Mod 3s, and they even started a more economical line in the Mod 1s where you guys can get your 3-9 or your 4 wide field of view scopes for under 180 on one and under 150 on the other one. But then they've got your top of the line scopes as well, all the way up to their Mod 7s, where you can get that awesome 5x25 that I've been using. And they've got some new scope rings out too. They've got a one-piece 30mm 1-inch precision quick detached scope mount that you guys are going to really like also. So check them out at rideonoptics.com. X-Steel Targets.
X-Steel Targets.
The best, most affordable AR 500 steel targets on the market today, and they're American-made steel targets as well. You get those from our good buddy Bud over at xsteeltargets.com. They shoot anything from your pellet gun all the way up to 50 BMG. Their targets can handle it. So go check them out, X-Steel Targets. Pepper and I went out a few days ago, took some stuff out to the farm. We got some new targets from Bud, tried them out, and had a good old time. Check them out, xsteeltargets.com. And then, of course, the official wristwear of Talking Lead, Defi Watches. I'm rocking my Battlefield today, Jerommie.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. I've got my tan line going with it and everything.
Nice.
But shoot, how long have I had this thing? About 6 months? I don't know.
Probably, well, pretty close to that.
Yeah, something like that. And it's still running great, man. Love it. All the functions are still running good. The hands are sweeping nicely, keeping the right day and time. It's July the 6th, Friday, July the 6th at 13:24.
You going to the pool with it?
Oh, yeah, the pool every day. This morning I did my laps. I told you, I've taken about 3 or 4 months off from the gym, and I've lost about 20 pounds. But I'm still getting a little cardio in at the pool every morning. Trying to stay in shape. Not as good as you, though. I mean, you're if you guys could see him right now, you're just like, he should be in the next Guardians of the Galaxy or something. You're standing for Drax.
Well, we try.
But you've got some big news, and we're getting ready to talk about that.
Yes, we do.
But as we're talking, make sure you guys go ahead and log into defywatches.com. You can see what we're talking about. And then we're going to give you another link here shortly that you're not going to want to miss.
Not even close. You do not.
You do not want to miss this. But that jackwagon train's rolling in right now, Jeremy. So brace yourself, baby. The gunny's bringing the train in.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jackwagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right, so we're probably going to have 2 jackwagon trains this week. Jeremy's got one we brought in special for him. He's got a special candidate that he wants to throw on. We'll let you go first.
I'm going to throw that glorious Senator Maxine Waters in there.
Maxine Waters.
The one who wants to incite everybody that notices a Trump supporter or sees a Trump supporter or anyone that supports the president to go up and harass them. You go into their face. If they're at the gas station, if they're at a restaurant, wherever they are at, if you can identify someone who supports the president, you should go up and harass them. So
she made a public statement for people to do that.
Yes.
Now, Maxine is a representative in California, 43rd District. Been there since 2013. Obviously, I mean, she's left-wing. She's out there in California. Trying to get some more stats on her here. Nothing real interesting.
Well, I mean, she's trying to make a name for herself, that's for one.
But every picture that I see of her, I mean, she's got this, her nose up in the air, her frown on her face. I mean, it's just like she's just constantly mad, put out about something.
I guess what in the world does someone expect if you are promoting someone to go up to someone and antagonize them?
Yeah, well, that's just the liberals' MO, man. I mean, they talk about how everybody should be peaceful and, we shouldn't have guns
But they're clearly taking away anything that has to do with democracy, and they're trying to go with
bullying.
Warfare.
They're trying to go with bullying. They're just trying to go flat out bully people is what they're trying to do.
But if you react to it, then now you are the one who's the violent person.
Exactly. Right,
well,
and that's what they do. It's always the second person who gets caught, so they're going to go in and they're going to, jab and poke and prod and get a reaction out of you is what, is what they're trying to do.
I mean, to me, it's kind of like the best thing the president could have ever hoped for is this.
Is Maxine Waters?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't like the way that the liberals, the lefts are trying to take it because they're not getting behind our country. It doesn't matter who, and we didn't like the previous president, but we didn't go out and do this kind of bullshit,
No, but there is, so the left group has to sit there and acknowledge and go, well, it has to divide its own party because there is a certain moral compass to a certain portion of them to go, this probably ain't such a good deal. Those who at least have a little bit of brain to them.
Yeah.
And well, separate that party even more. So if that party wants to separate itself, division within itself is great because then it just leads them to be less powerful. But yet that small little group wants to be the ones that are powerful. They're just going to get their, stomped in.
Yeah. And And I was listening to something yesterday, and I made a comment to Tia. We're listening to, I think I was listening to NPR. Well, I listen to NPR every now and again.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's entertaining. But there was this one, what's her name? She's like one of the more up there NPR reporters. I can't remember what her name was, but she's got a real smug voice also, real contrary. And she had this guy, one of her analysts on or something like that, and they were reporting, the Trump administration has imposed all these new tariffs, on China and
on cars and all that other stuff.
Mexico, and all these, So it's the Trump. It's not America. It's not the United States. They're trying to distance themselves from our country, because they go, the Trump administration did this. Well, no, the United States did this. It's not. It's not just the Trump administration. It's
the same thing like with the Dems right now calling all bloody murder about the separation of families at the borders. Well, that was put into effect way before Trump. He was just enforcing the law that was already there. But he's the bad guy. Yeah.
And it's what Maxine is doing, right? She's just trying to divide, even further. Their whole battle plan is divisiveness. Even though they say one thing, what they do is completely different, and they are trying to drive a wedge, in between, our country and divide us, and that's what they're doing. They're not, instead of bring us together, looking at all the good things that's come out of, his term so far. Which, what has it been, a year and a half?
Yeah.
He's still got 4 years? 4 years, right? So
yeah.
He's got 2.5 years left. So,
yeah. And progress is.
And they're going to sit here and be this contrary, tooth and nail, fight him tooth and nail the entire time. Think about all the good things if they would just try to work with him that could be done even more.
Can you imagine if they all said, you know what? Even though we agree to disagree, if they all went forward with the goodness of this country in mind, could you imagine how even better it would be?
Yeah.
I mean, truly better.
That's where, as a party, you got to look at that person and say, she does not have not only our best interest, but the country. She does not have the country's best interest at heart. And you got to get rid of that kind of personality.
Well, they've been already talking about censure and all this other stuff and removal. And I hope they do, because that is, and it's no different from, she is inciting riot behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anytime you incite and you basically empower people, you're empowering people to go commit crimes.
Yeah. And that's what I was telling you off air too. That was the exact vibe that I got from President Obama when he was in office, especially with the police riots and the shootings, and just the words that he chose to use, to me, just seemed very inciting. He's like, he was trying to get a rise out of people.
The thing with her, though, is she's clearly empowering people to go do this behavior.
She's not making any bones about it. She's coming out and directly saying, go harass and bully people.
As the law specifically states, any behavior that creates alarm, that makes you alarmed or disturbed, is disorderly conduct.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it is an arrestable offense. She's telling people to go do something that is an arrestable offense. Therefore, she's almost creating mob action.
Yeah.
She's telling people to go out and do these things, to commit crimes. A sitting House representative.
Oh my gosh.
So
these people, they never cease to amaze me. And I say these people, it's just all politicians, Republicans and Dems both. Just the things that come out of their mouths, and that we just sit by and take it as a norm and just let them continue, to spout off their ridiculousness, where we have the power to remove them.
Well, I think they forget, and they think, well, heck, I'm here right now. You can't do anything about it because I'm already here. The first time they start pulling out and they start getting removed, and they need to. Yeah. They need to, we're going to jerk your chain, you're out.
Yep.
And when you start doing that, and there's actions and consequences for your actions, because right now they think, oh, I'm just untouchable. This is what I do.
Yeah.
No, just not happening.
Yeah. I mean, it even goes to the president himself. I mean, he says a lot of stuff that's ridiculous as well.
I don't, I don't condone a lot of behavior. I'm not saying the guy's an angel and my God, I do support that he supports the country getting back on track.
Right.
I do support that he supports putting everything in the people first. And look, do I like some of the inflammatory comments? Probably not, because there again, we can probably do a little bit better without the inflammatories.
Yeah.
And we get a heck of a lot farther. But, there's a time and a place, and sometimes there's not that.
Again, it's that divisive, like you're saying, I'll use that word, divisive verbiage that they use. It's specific verbiage to put somebody against somebody else, Yeah. And we can do without that.
We're better people than that. We're a better country than that. We know better. We know what starts a fight, and we know what doesn't start a fight. We're smarter than that. So
there you go, guys. We're going to keep the Jackwagon Train stationed because we've got more coming when the Markels get on with us. So, Gunny, just stay on standby. We got more coming your way. Keep Maxine chained down for a minute. Yeah, keep her under control. Maybe put a Subway sandwich in her hand and let her have some lunch. But Jeremy and I are getting ready to hit you guys with some killer news here. So this is something that we talked about a while back. It's a new subscription service that Jeremy has been polishing up here over the last couple of months. And in 11 days, 18 hours, 24 minutes, and 30, 29, 28 seconds, it's going to go live.
So it's going to go live through Indiegogo. So we're going to actually crowdfund this.
Okay.
I'm kind of the back end of the whole deal. I'm not I'm out in the front of it since we're doing all the production and all the other stuff and design work with it. But what this is people will be able to...
And this is called ZooBox. This is the ZooBox. We've talked about it before. The ZooBox is this close, ladies and gentlemen.
So ZooBox is going to be a monthly subscription. And there's no minimum monthly. You can sign up once, get out, sign up again, get out, whatever you want to do. But the first part of ZooBox is there's going to be a $29 tier, a $99 tier, and a $2.99 quarterly tier.
Okay.
So $2.99 is not monthly, it's quarterly.
Gotcha.
And the $99 watch, you're going to see stuff like similar to the new Sans 13 2.0.
Yeah.
You're going to see products that are going to be having a value that $500 to $800 that's what you will pay for them. But we will be offering those through ZooBox for $99 a month.
Wow. So that Sans that 2.0 is like that's like a $400 watch?
Yeah, so the thing is that you're going to be able to get these watches that are going to be, and everything at the $99 tier is all a Swiss movement watch. Everything at $99 tier is going to be sapphire stainless steel Swiss. No garbage, no lower end tier stuff with that. So that $99 watch, some months they'll be worth $1,000. Some months they'll be worth $800. Some are $600, but it's always going to be an expensive watch.
Nice.
And it's always going to be a fantastic watch. Your quarterly one at $299, those watches are always going to be found on the net for $1,200 and up.
And up. Nice.
And up. The first one that's coming out of the gate, I can leak this one to you. The first one that's coming out of the gate at the $299 tier that's going to be on the crowdfunding for ZooBox, believe it or not, is actually going to be a Prima.
A Prima?
Yeah.
Whoa. Those are like...
Yeah. It's a Prima dive watch, ceramic bezel, 300-meter depth watch you're going to get for $299. That dude is $1,600 on our website.
Holy crap. And that's going to be through this crowdfunding that you're doing.
This is going to be through this crowdfunding on Zoobox.
Okay.
It's going to change the complexion of how watches are done.
And this website that they can go to as and look at this as we're talking about it is launch launch.zoobox.com, right?
Right. There's no www. It's just launch.zoobox.com.
And you can see it right there.
Here's the cool thing about going to that. So when you go to launch.zoobox.com, you get to enter your email in for notifications about this. But when you do that, you are then entered into a weekly drawing for the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving away every Friday, and we may extend past the 11 days. We may get like 4 days after that just so we can complete the drawing.
Yeah.
Every Friday, which today, we are drawing a Defi Classic watch to give away for free. And at the end of this program, before we launch on Indiegogo, we're giving away a free Atlantis watch.
Wow.
So what you have to do is you have to go in, give us your email if you're interested in getting more information about the Indiegogo program. Share it with all of your friends on Facebook. And then you are entered into that giveaway for the Atlantis.
Very nice. So you're giving one away a week, and then at the very end, you're going to give away the Atlantis, the $1,200 watch.
Yes.
And it is a really nice watch, guys. I'm looking at this black label you got here, too. What's the black label?
Black Label is another company that we work with.
Okay.
But that's going to be a typical type brand that you're going to see within Zoobox. You're not only going to see Defi and S&B in Zoobox, you're going to see multiple brands all throughout Zoobox. We're just giving you a little sneak peek of what's going to come out for the first month.
Yeah.
But we've got manufacturers that, from all over the world that we're working with, but they've got to be super high tier. So we're coming out of the gate really, really strong to show, our first automatic watch at $299 tier is a premium. The best of the best that you can get on the marketplace. We're going to do the same thing at the $99 tier and at the $29 tier.
That is awesome. So this thing at the launch, when they go and sign up, what is that signing them up for?
So that signs them up for information for the giveaway.
Okay.
So once you sign up there, then you get to enter into the giveaway.
Yeah. So you're not signing up for the box there.
No.
Yeah. So when can they go and sign up and say, hey, I want the $29, I want the $99, or I want the quarterly $299?
So when you give us your email, then we will notify you right when we're kicking that program off. So you'll know the moment we're kicking off. Now, a little heads up. If you did go in and give us your email, you're going to be eligible for a pre-purchase before the rest of the public goes on Indiegogo. We will notify you by email and say, we're going to go live in 48 hours. You can purchase your tier for a discount. So we're actually going to discount those tiers to early birds only if you gave us your email.
Now, is that discount going to be for the first one, or is that for there on after they get the discount price? How's that going to work?
That will be forever. As long as you stay in there. Now, if you discontinue that next month and re-sign up, that discount doesn't apply again. As long as you're logged in, you can be grandfathered in. If you're in there for a year, you're still grandfathered every time. So if you want to be in the $99 tier and you're like, no, I got a birthday this month, I got anniversaries this month, this and this, and you want to give away those watches to 4 different people throughout the year, there you go.
They're your watches to do whatever you want to with. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it makes life real simple.
Very cool. Well, that's awesome. So you guys go and check out the crowdfunding thing, the launch.zoobox.com. Go ahead and sign up now for the weekly giveaways. And then at the end of the 11 days, and of course, it depends on when you're hearing this, today is July the 6th. So 11 days from July the 6th and 18 hours and 6 minutes. They're going to give away the Atlantis. And you just get it by simply going and putting your name and email address right now. You're not signing up or committing to a monthly box. You're just saying, look, I'm interested in knowing more about it. There you go.
I just want to be into this to see what's going on. And if you're not, you're not. But if you want to see what's going on, you want to see a bunch of stuff, you have interest in watches, and this is Zoobox is starting just with watches.
Yeah.
Zoobox will expand into other things that you will have the ability to purchase later. I mean, there's things that we are going to have in the marketplace. We're reaching out with other brands and partnering with, we're partnering with whiskey brands. We're partnering with men's goods brand. We're partnering with all kinds of folks. So the inception is watches, and we will always have the watch tiers because that's what we do. That's what we're the best at.
Yeah.
But
so it's gonna, as this grows and gets more popular, it's going to evolve into other high-end lifestyle treats. I call them treats. I like these things. So
yeah,
very cool.
Lots and lots and lots of cool stuff.
And speaking of the whiskey, you still got to get me in touch with those guys. So we got to.
I reached out to them the other day, and they are ready to go.
So here's
a great time with those guys.
So guys, that was deal one. We hit you with right there, Zoobox. There's more, but wait, there's more.
Just more.
Just for you lead heads. This is an exclusive just for lead heads. Now this is the Jeremy's thing. You got to be listening. You got to pay attention because you never know when we're going to have Jeremy on, and he's going to hit you with something like this.
And it doesn't stay up. So people have emailed me all the time like, well, where'd that discount go? And I said, it's only up for a little while. I can't leave it going forever. You got to listen to the show to know.
That's right.
If you don't listen, you don't know. So as of right now, if you're listening to this, everything on Defi's website is 44% off.
Across the board.
Across the board. Everything.
That's the Scout. That's the Battlefield. That's the new Classic Field Watch.
Yes.
Is there another one that I'm missing? It's those three, right?
That's it for right now. We're getting ready to expand here after the summer, so we'll have 2 more product lines to add into the Defi line. So we got a lot cooking, man.
So you guys go to DefiWatches.com right now, and you get the 44%. Is it 44%? Did I say it right?
44%.
44% across the board on any of those watches. Take your pick. Stock up for birthdays, for graduations, for weddings, for anything. Just to say, hey, bud, thanks for being my bud. Here's a nice Battlefield. Hook them up. Hook a brother up.
Because we give away a lot of Defi watches because that's part of that's what we do. We buy, we give. You know how mind-blowing it is when I see a vet or I see an officer and I just stop and like, hey, man, here's a watch.
And they're like, what?
Like, what's this for? I'm like, because I have to do it. And I explained the program to them. They're like, this is amazing.
It's like, I just have this urge to do this, man.
I said, I have to do it. The whole thing behind Defi is to give.
Yeah. And
so we're always constantly giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And here's a little side story. We were just traveling in Illinois. Coming back home, we drove. So we drove in our Sequoia, 2 kids, 2 working dogs, and my wife and I. Traveling back, and my wife got pulled over in Indiana for speeding.
Ooh.
So on the back of the truck, we got the 2 kennels for the dogs.
Yeah.
And he walks up, and then, of course, they're canine. One's a retired police canine. Of course, he attacks the window going crazy.
Uh-oh.
Wife says, hey, whoa, we got our retired canine in here. He's like, I see that. And so she said, my husband's coming out. Is that okay? And he's like, yes, that's fine. So I came out. We talked, and he's like, hey, she was just doing 8 miles an hour over. No big deal. Super cool. Got done with all the stop. I said, are we done with everything as far as procedural? He's like, yeah, we're all good. And we were just talking, because I work not too far from.
Yeah, y'all had a lot in common. Yeah.
And I said, hey, can I give you something? He's like, well, yeah, I guess.
As long as it's not a bribe, yeah.
No, I said, because I made sure, stop's all done. All the legal stuff is done. So I never do that in the middle of the stop.
Sure.
It's,
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
So I gave him a half a dozen watches.
Damn.
He's like, what are you doing? And I said, look, man, this is part of it. And I described to him. He's like, what? So he went back and he took one and gave the rest of them to the guys in his platoon there.
Yeah.
And he was just like, man, I can't believe you just. I was like, this is what we do.
That's
and he was
cool.
Just blown away. I mean, just floored. So that's how we do. We spread the love, man.
Yeah, and I know you guys are. I don't know if I should say this or not. You're working with Fleoa.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And you guys stepped up and you really helped us out with the Sheepdog Impact Assistance. We greatly appreciate that. For their fundraiser.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you find a couple of vets? You know what? Let's even go a little further.
Okay.
You need to find me 5 vets that listen to your show. 5 veterans.
5 veterans that listen to Talking Lead.
See this? See this right here?
5. Ocho.
5.
No, that's 8. What's 5? Cinco. Cinco. I'm bumping it up to 8. Ew, I said ocho.
So do me this. Find me 5 vets that I can send a free watch to.
There we go. So we're going to leave it up to the lead heads. We're going to let the lead heads, 5 lead heads that listen to this show, you shoot me an email at talkingled@gmail.com, and we got to verify it. I mean, we got to verify it somehow.
Yeah, give me a DD214, give me an ID, give me something, give me something that you can verify.
We're going to verify it, but so you send me an email, talkingled@gmail.com, and you say, I'm a vet. No, say I want the watch. I want the watch is in the subject. Say I want the watch. And then give me a brief description of your service, how long you've been listening to the show, that kind of stuff. And then we're going to pick 5 random people from the emails between now and, let's say 2 shows. That'll give people plenty of time. So this is episode 252.
Because I know some people are a little behind. They're maybe a couple of shows behind.
Yeah, and with the holiday, everything, people got to get caught up. So this is episode 252. So by episode 254, we're going to pick those winners of those 5 watches.
Right. So,
but in the meantime, you can go to defywatches.com right now, and until Jeremy states, you get a discount 44% across the board on all the watches that are there right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll just run through all the month of July.
Okay, so for the rest of the month, so you got more than half the month left, leadheads. So take advantage of that.
That'll give them time if they're a show or 2 behind, because I get those emails like, oh, man, I'm 2 shows behind. I just caught it, but it's over.
I know. People are hitting me all the time. Like, man, is that deal still good? I was like, I'll ask Jeremy, but I'll make no promises. And you've been very good about helping some people out. So
yeah, so we're going to run this to the end of the month. That'll give time. People get caught up on their shows, get back in there. And if they want the deal, they can get it. And we're going to give away 5 watches to some vets. We got to do it.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
All right. So, guys, we have spun your heads around, I know, with this. So we got 2 different things going on here. We got the Zoo Box. So make sure you go to launch.zoobox, and it's ZEWBOX.com, and just sign up to get more information about what the Zoo Box program is going to be, the 3 different tiers. And then you're going to get entered into a every Friday drawing up until it kicks off in less than 11 days, or a little over 11 days. Every Friday you're going to give away a watch, and then you also get entered in to win that Atlantis $1,200 watch. So by giving your name and email address.
That's my everyday wear too.
Oh, is that the one you wear, the Atlantis?
Every day.
That's your faves?
That's it's a rock, man.
I hear you. Well, my Sands, I love my Sands. I wear it, but my Battlefield's kind of my rock right now. I love my Battlefield.
The moment I go out doing anything out and doing stuff, because I'm always in the office or just out doing stuff, my Atlantis, and as soon as I go out of that, working out, everything else, I got Defi on.
There you go. I'm waiting on that classic field watch. So maybe I'll have that by October, so I can wear it to the Iraq Veteran YouTube Range Day. That'd be a good watch to wear to that out in Georgia.
I think you'll have more than that by then.
Okay.
We got to set you up.
Yeah, I need more watches. Is it wrong to wear one on each wrist? Is that Is that
I'll
a little?
let you be the judge of that one.
Would that be pompous? I don't know.
I'm not here to judge. I'm just the guy that sells watches.
Very good. Jeremy, thank you so much for taking the time to be on. And lead heads, take advantage of these deals that Jeremy's throwing out there. Again, tell everybody you know to listen to the show. Subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever it is that you listen to your podcasting, or just go to talkinglead.com. Baby.
Yeah.
There you go. Jeremy, I know you got things to do. We're going to let you go. Thank you so much for dropping the bomb again, the discount bomb.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone emailing you about getting a free watch too.
Yeah, so don't forget that either, Leadheads. 5 veterans. We're going to give away. What are we giving away? Which watches? Their choice, or you got 5 in mind, specific ones?
But you know what? Let's do this. All right, let's do this. Let's just blow everybody.
Here you go. The wheels are turning.
I know. It's like, how do you make this choice of which watch to which watch? So let's do this. Let's do 5 vets for a battlefield and 5 vets for. Should we do it?
Oh my gosh!
For a scout?
Are you doing 10 now? You just doubled it.
I just did it. Man. So here it is: 5 battle, 5 scouts.
Awesome. There you go.
Yeah. So I don't want to limit someone who goes, man, I really wanted a battlefield, but I got this one. I didn't want that one, or I wanted a scout. You know what? Scratch. 5 and 5, man.
There you go. Very good. So there you go. 10 vets. 10 vets now. So we get 5 battlefields, 5 scouts. That's awesome. You got now until episode, I said 254, is when we'll be picking and choosing those emails. TalkingLead@gmail.com. Subject, I want the watch. And then tell me about yourself, your service, and good luck. Good luck, Leadheads.
I want to see the stories too. I want to know everything that we can.
Yeah, I'm going to share everything.
I love it, man.
I'm going to share everything with you. Yep.
I love it.
You'll get everything that I get, definitely.
Everything that we can do to give, that's what we want to do.
Very cool. All right, guys, stay tuned because we're going to tune in with the Markels here just shortly. So stand by. All right, Leadheads, the moment you've been waiting for. They have arrived. The Markels. Paul and Jarrad Markel, ladies and gentlemen.
Do we talk now?
The crowd goes wild. Yeah, man. You know how it works here.
Is this how this? Is this microphone on?
Is it on? Is it working?
I think it is, since it's my microphone.
So, coming at you, Leadheads, all the way from, is it considered Midwest? Is that where you would?
No. Midwest is Indiana and Illinois. We're in the West.
So you're west.
The real West. We're on the other side of the Mississippi River.
Way west of the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Coming at you from, you said you're in Saratoga, and where are you, Paul?
I'm in Saratoga, Wyoming.
Oh, you're in Saratoga.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Leadheads. This is Jarrad Markel from Student of the Gun. I am recording from the satellite studio in Salt Lake City, and I'm actually in the Black Rifle Coffee building. So
nice.
Yeah, if you're in the area, come by, enjoy some coffee. I'll show you around the shop.
Are you well caffeinated right now?
Yeah, I have 2 cups of coffee sitting right next to me.
Why is that? Because you can never finish one?
Because I forgot that I had one, and I went and got another one.
It's been weird because I've had like 3 different coffee companies send me coffee, and I don't even drink coffee.
What? Send it to me. I'll give you my address.
I'm not well, Tia is, Pepper. She likes coffee, so I give it to her, and she's kind of the guinea pig, I guess.
Okay.
Mm.
So, but she loves Black Rifle coffee. I think she, was it NRA? I think she stopped by their booth and got some there, and she's like, I really love this stuff.
Yeah, they always piggyback with FN.
Yeah.
They grab a corner of the FN booth. They did that at SHOT, and they did it again at NRA, and they were giving out. Those guys are crazy generous. Not only were they giving out free small cups of coffee to anybody who asked, they were giving away mugs too.
Oh,
they were
nice.
giving away China mugs for free to anybody until they ran out.
Mugs from China or China?
Well,
like the material.
Really, you want to be like that? They're made of glass. Only it's not really glass.
It's blown. It's hardened sand.
Those two things are good.
It's all good.
Jeez.
So you guys are in Wyoming. You made a huge move you went from down in the bayou to Wyoming. What got up your butt?
Well, it actually was my wife's idea.
Oh, it was your wife's idea? Well, there you go.
And that's it. And so I figured I better capitalize on it before she changed her mind. So she's like, I'd like to move to this place here in Wyoming. And I said, okay, let's go.
So did you like scout it out beforehand or
yeah,
is it just
I've actually been, I started coming to Wyoming in 2010 and I'd been up here in the Platte Valley numerous times before. And, she brought it up and, the kids are grown. Our daughter's married. Jarrad was moved out of the house. Zach is, he's an adult now. And, we were sitting at the kitchen table and she said, we don't have to stay here anymore. And, she was right. We didn't have to because I was no longer contracting. I was working for myself and I can do this business. I can do what I do pretty much anywhere in the world as long as I have an office space and an internet connection.
Intranet, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, she said, well, how about this area right here in Wyoming? And I'm like, baby, I've been there. She'd never come out with me on any of my hunting trips, but I'd been here. And I said, well, yeah. So we took a week. We drove up here. We stayed at a bed and breakfast. We met some locals and, talked to a real estate agent and did all that. And we were really happy with it. And we made the decision.
Yeah. Talking to that real estate agent, that's your downfall. Those real estate agents can be silver tongued,
Well, we actually had one that, once we decided we had to go back to Mississippi and pack everything up, we had to pack up 2 households, Jarrad's household, our household, and then we had an entire business. We had a 5,000 square foot building in Biloxi that was our Student of the Gun studio.
The studio,
And so we had to take care of all that and move it up here. And so it's a fait accompli. We've been here over a year now. And
congratulations.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. So you're loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Jarrad?
You want the long story or the short story?
You can talk, you can talk too.
Okay, I can talk. I'm allowed to talk.
Yeah.
For permission, sir. I appreciate it. Alex actually had a business convention here in Salt Lake City 2 years ago. So she came up here. She flew up to Salt Lake City, and I drove up and met her. And because we were going to start our vacation, we had a 2 or 3 week vacation. So I met her in Salt Lake City, started the vacation there, and then we drove through California to go see where she grew up, and then back across to Mississippi. And when I got to Salt Lake City, I was like, wow, I love it here. And she loved it here. And we're like, well, we can't really do this because it's 2,000 miles away from Biloxi and we can't run the business that way. And knowing what I know now, we probably could have, but it wouldn't have been as easy.
Yeah.
And so we got back home and I kind of pushed that to the side a little bit. And I was talking to my mom and she's like, well, I've been thinking about moving to Wyoming. I was like, holy crap. Where? So she pointed on a map and I was like, that's 5 hours from Salt Lake. This might work.
So you guys you hadn't talked about this prior. This was just kind of, you were thinking about it and then they were thinking about it and y'all weren't communicating that you were actually thinking about it.
I just kind of wrote it off like it's, that's not going to happen. Yeah. So
you were thinking about how you're going to drop this bomb on your dad's like, hey, we're picking up and moving, dude.
Yeah, right. All the way to Salt Lake City and we're going to do this. So it just kind of worked out that way. And I'm a faithful man and we're a faithful family and it just kind of fell into place. And I believe that that's the way it was supposed to be.
Very cool. Well, I mean, yeah, you're in the offices of Black Rifle Coffee right there. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the interesting, can I tell that interesting part of the story?
Yeah.
Well, we've been doing the Pocket Lifesaver kits for quite a while, don't you, Marty?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For like 5 years or so. Yeah. And a few years ago, probably, I don't know, probably 4 by now. But a friend of mine who was a Special Forces Sergeant Major, he told me, he said, hey, you need to check out these tourniquets. And they're designed and made by a guy that I was a teammate with. And so he sent me a rat's tourniquet. And I was like, these would be perfect for our kits, right? Because I like there's some other tourniquets that I really like, but they're just not quite compact enough for everyday, citizen carry.
Right.
And I don't want someone to have to put on a backpack or a special pouch or whatever, because we all know that if you have to do that, you'll never do it, and you won't have the gear when you need it. So long story short, we started carrying Rat's tourniquets. I contacted this guy. His name's Jeff. We started carrying his tourniquets, and we've been doing it ever since. And Jeff, I didn't even realize at the time, of course, when I started carrying his tourniquets, Black Rifle was like in their infancy. They were actually just in their startup stage.
Yeah.
And we found, and I knew he was in Salt Lake City, and then I found out, and then I was like, oh, well, Black Rifle's in Salt Lake City. I didn't realize that the Ready Man, that's who does the tourniquets, is in the exact same building.
Wow.
They're in the same building
What a quinky
as
dink.
Black Rifle.
Yeah.
And and Jeff is a silent partner. Everybody always sees Evan and they see Matt Best and they see them on the commercials and the YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeff, the guy who was he was U.S. Army Special Forces with my friend Shane. He's a silent partner. So when we did all this moving, I contacted Jeff and I said, "Hey man, we're out here. Jarrad's in Salt Lake. Let's hook up. Let's spend some time together." And Jarrad was looking for an office space, and Jeff's like, "Well, dude, don't go rent an office from somebody else. I've got space for you. We can work a deal."
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, throw me in the briar patch. I was born and raised in a briar patch. So, there's Jarrad in the Ready Man office space, which is basically Black Rifle Coffee's building. And
I mean, that's awesome. Everything just seemed to fall in place with this move. I mean, it just worked out great for you guys. So that's awesome. So you're in Wyoming now. What's the biggest difference from where you were in Louisiana to where you are in Wyoming? Is there anything you miss in Louisiana?
Well, I was in Biloxi.
Or you're in Mississippi. I'm sorry. Yeah,
in Mississippi. That's cool. I
always get you guys close to our buddies down there at Aklis. I mean, y'all are real close to.
Yeah. We're only 2 hours from those guys.
Yeah.
But one thing I guess I will have to admit that I miss is access to the Hard Rock, because the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. My wife was a VIP there, and she had the
she had the points.
She had the Platinum Players Club card. So every time there was a concert, they would send her a message, an email or something and say, "Hey, would you like free tickets to this concert?" And I saw a lot of really good concerts at that venue.
I'll bet. Yeah. At the Hard Rock. Hell yeah.
I saw more concerts in the last 10 years than I saw my entire time growing up. When you think of concerts, most people think your teenage years and stuff, but no. And so I do miss that. I don't miss the traffic. I don't miss the humidity. The fact that everything either rusts or rots down there. Mm-hmm. Everything either has, it either rusts or it has, green corrosion and you can't keep things in your garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So up here, we're at 7,000. I'm sitting at 7,000 feet right now. So that's not a problem.
If it floods there, then there's something really going wrong with the world.
Oh yeah. If the floodwaters get to me, you guys you've all done drowned by then.
Yeah.
So
we're making our way towards you or something.
Yeah.
We'll
put the arc up on the highest point.
There you go. So, there's other things that we want to talk about. There's twofold, or at least threefold reasons why we got the guys on. Hadn't had them on in a while. I wanted to talk to them. About their move, and then we've got some more big news from Paul. But first, the Gunny has been waiting patiently with the Jackwagon train. We've already thrown one Jackwagon on this week, and it was that Maxine Waters.
Oh man,
why you gotta go there, man?
Well, because she needs to be on the Jackwagon train. That's why. So Maxine is sitting there.
Needs to be on some kind of train.
Yeah, she's on the Jackwagon train, right? And Jeremy threw her on the Jackwagon train. So we're going to fill it up with some more Jackwagons. I'll go ahead and kick it off. I was reading this article the other day, and it was about, and it's not necessarily, all right, let me just read the situation here. So press release. Lions kill suspected poachers on Sibuya Game Reserve. So it says sometime during the night on Sunday the 1st, it's July the 1st, In earlier hours of Monday the 2nd July, a group of at least 3 poachers entered the Sibuya Game Reserve, and I'm probably saying that wrong. It's Sibuya. I don't know. That's how Sibuya.
Your guess is as good as mine, man.
They were armed with, amongst other things, a high-powered rifle with a silencer, an axe, wire cutters, and had food supplies for a number of days. All the hallmarks of a gang intent on killing rhino and removing their horns. One of our anti-poaching dogs alerted her handler at about 4:30 a.m. Monday morning that something was amiss. At the same time, the handler heard a loud commotion coming from the lions, so she suspected that was what had alerted her and was not concerned. It is not unusual to hear them at night. However, now it appears likely that the dogs had been alerted by something else out of the ordinary coming from the lions. This is about 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 3rd July. One of their field guides on game drive alerted an anti-poaching unit that there appeared to be human remains as well as other items in the immediate vicinity of the lions. It says, I was immediately called to the scene where along with the APU we found the high-powered rifle, gloves, wire cutters, and the remains of a backpack with food, water, and other supplies. We immediately alerted the Association of Eastern Cape Game Reserve, anti-poaching cluster, and the police. Clearly, the poachers had walked into a pride of 6 lions.
Jeez.
If not all, it said, and some, if not all, had been killed. Can you imagine this big bloody carnage?
If they were poachers, they were not very good poachers. So there's that.
No, they weren't. As it was already dark, it was not possible to investigate the area until first light, at which time we arranged for our vet to dart the entire pride of lions so that police forensic teams assisted by anti-poaching unit could comb the immediate area for clues. And it says at this stage it is not clear. So they're still investigating this as of about a day or so ago. But poachers, I'm throwing poachers on the jackwagon train, and I'm throwing these lions on the good guy train there. So good for the Lions.
Go team moment.
Yeah, good for the Lions for taking care of the poachers.
Yeah, that's a huge problem over there. Matter of fact, James Yeager was just over there a couple months ago.
Was he there training people?
Yeah, he was training the anti-poaching police.
I heard about that.
The troops.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, he got invited over there.
Jacob told me about that.
An international organization, and what he found out, he got over there and he found out these guys, they really needed a hand.
Yeah.
And they're not asking for crazy stuff like satellite phones and night vision. They just need like quality boots and flashlights and field knives and cleaning kits and things that you and I would take for granted. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he went over there and worked with them on patrolling and shooting and, how to clean their rifles, care for their rifles, marksmanship techniques and
well, I've
so
heard
on and so
of places like this, reserves like this, hiring, former operators to come out and just set up teams to do exactly that, is to basically eradicate the poachers. And it's legal over there to shoot poachers. You can shoot a poacher over there. It's completely legal. They do it from helicopters.
Oh, dude. I'll bite my tongue.
No, go ahead. Say it.
I'm just saying, we hunted hogs from a helicopter. And I don't think humans can run as fast as hogs. So
I guarantee you they don't. They can't blend in as well as hogs. But no, I think that's good. Good for the Lions. And I have nothing against big game hunting at all. And then that's the problem, is that these poachers come in and they're just wiping out just herds and herds and herds of these big game wild animals. And that's the problem. When you got the controlled hunting guides and outfits that are out there. You know, it's bringing in economy for these people. So as these poachers are coming in, they're stealing money that's going to the local economy there.
Yeah, and food, because I know some people.
And food, yeah.
I've never been on a safari, but I know people that have, and they tell me about it. And the little villages or the communities over there, they use every single piece of the animal that is killed.
Yeah,
do something with it. And
if use the skin for clothes or furniture, or whatever. They use the bones for tools, and yeah.
Yep. And if you're a poacher, then you're taking that away from that community.
Yeah. But then you're also taking away, a big game hunter from another country coming in, spending their $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 just to do the hunt, and then of course they get to spend another, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on each animal that they harvest.
But the big game hunters are the bad guys. Didn't you know that?
But they're the ones that are keeping everything going. They're the ones that are keeping the paying for these reserves to breed them and protect them and, have a place for them to thrive. But yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the way the lefty are people who do that. Are they leftists as well? Who don't like hunting? Or we call them leftists as well?
The term leftist is kind of expanding and encompassing more and more people. I that's kind of what I've noticed recently. Yeah. Or maybe it's the older I get and the more experience I have, the more I realize just people are full of crap.
It could be it too. You guys have any jackwagons you want to throw on the train?
No, I don't. I don't.
Liar. You got somebody you got a beef with. Come on.
I got a beef with everybody. No.
How do you feel about Bill Clinton?
Well, an easy one is that guy in Austin who decided it'd be fun to pick on the teenagers by throwing their drink on them and taking their hat and cussing them out and so forth.
Oh, wait, I hadn't heard this. Tell me.
What? You haven't heard about this guy?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's been all over the internet because one of the teenagers turned his phone on when the guy started harassing him.
Of course.
But yeah, it's like a couple of 16-year-olds are sitting in a Whataburger in Austin, Texas, and this fully grown adult man comes up and starts harassing them because one of the kids has a red hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And he grabs the hat off of him and he cusses at him. Then he grabs the kid's drink and throws it at him and tells him blah, 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 how you like me now or how you like that now and F you and F your president and so forth. It got posted and then the news agencies picked it up and they found this guy. And he's since lost his job and he has,
Well, so he was probably one of the people that Maxine Waters has been propagating to go out and harass Republicans.
Absolutely. Everybody, and it didn't take very long for people to pick up on that. And they're like, well, didn't she just tell her supporters, if you see Trump supporters anywhere, get a group of people and harass them and tell them they're not welcome and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, when your enemy says they're going to do something, you need to pay attention because that's what they're going to do. Unfortunately, on our side, our enemies will tell us they're going to do something and we're like, oh, they're just stupid.
They're just idiots.
But then they do it.
Yeah.
It's like when Black Lives Matter was marching down the streets of New York screaming, what do we want? Dead cops. When do we want it? Now. And that was before the Dallas police murders.
Yeah.
That was before the assassinations of several police officers at gas stations and gas pumps. So when your enemy says they want to do something, you need to take them at their word.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't just take it as flighty.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're just crazy radicals. They might be crazy radicals.
They're crazy radicals, but they follow through.
But that doesn't mean. Yeah, they're not. It doesn't mean they're not capable of violence.
Well, and that seems to be all they're capable of is hate and violence.
It's because they're bullies.
Yeah, they are.
Democrats, leftists, liberals, whatever you want to call them, they're bullies. That's how they get their way, is by bullying people. It's the way it's always been and the way it's going to continue to be. They say that they're the most open-minded, welcoming, progressive-minded, blah, blah, blah. When in truth, it's the exact opposite. It's like we're literally dealing with Ministry of Truth 1984. It's Orwellian.
Orwellian, I like that.
Yeah. They go on camera and tell us how they're the most kind and tolerant people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the exact opposite.
It's the exact opposite, yeah. They're so violent when they don't get their way. It's ridiculous. So, anybody else for the Jackwagon Train, guys?
I've got one. It's kind of in a lighter vein, I guess you could call it. It's nothing to do with politics, but there was a lady at a McDonald's in northern Chicago, or I don't remember the northwest city or something.
Near North Chicago.
Near Chicago, that's what it was.
Chicago.
She's in McDonald's and she whipped out a hammer and started hitting a teenager in the face because the teenager was too far, something about placing.
Cut in line in front of her or something.
Yeah. So the lady pulled out a hammer and started beating her with it, and of course a security guard, which I just had the epiphany. Why was there a security guard at McDonald's?
Because they always have problems there. That's why.
Because they get free coffee? I don't know.
Yeah, right. And so the security
it was
guard,
Chicago too. I mean
right,
North Chicago.
Yeah, near North, and that's
Near
actually
North.
the name of the town. I was like, near North. What does that even mean? So I looked it up, and there's actually a near North Chicago.
That's a city there. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So this lady got cut in front of, and she beat a teenager's head in with a hammer.
Yep. Pulled the hammer out of her purse because maybe she's gonna go do some carpenter work after
Because
she
she's
got
not
done
strong
with
enough to cock a slide, so she carries a hammer instead of a gun.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't heard about this. So did it kill the kid?
No.
Yeah. It just.
But there was like a mini riot in the McDonald's lobby. There's video of it. It's
First
pretty
off,
disgusting.
if you're a teenager and an old biddy's coming at you with a hammer, how does she even get close enough to hit you? I don't.
Well, this wasn't an old biddy. This woman who attacked her was 36 years old.
So she wasn't old. She was.
No. She's
young.
she's just a monster. Just a
Did I say
mongoloid.
old lady?
You said lady. I don't.
Oh.
I don't think you were age specific.
You assumed.
I'm just picturing my mom at McDonald's with somebody cutting in front of her and her reaching her purse and grabbing her hammer and jacking somebody with it. My mom's like 75, 78. So she can't cock a slide. That's why I said. That's why they make revolvers.
Listening, a hammer is indeed lethal force. So.
Yeah, well, it is. So are they going to start? They're going to start outlawing hammers now? No.
Or ban that hammer.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to ban hammers.
Was it black? I mean, was it the evil black hammer?
I don't know if it was a black assault hammer.
Was it a Bushmaster?
Yeah.
If it had a yellow handle, it probably would have been okay because
Yeah, safety first.
as long as it's not black.
It had a red tip, so
it had a thing that goes up.
So there you go, Gunny. You got your train full. Get that jackwagon train out of here and don't bring them back. Now, are you guys familiar with that chick a while back from was it Kent State? I think her name's Caitlin Bennett. She went viral on like social media, Instagram, where the day she graduated, or like soon after she graduated, she put an AR.
Oh yeah, the AR picture, the graduation photo.
Yeah, it says "Come and take it." It's carrying a sign. Mm-hmm. She's in her pretty little sundress, just walking around campus all over Kent State, taking pictures with the AR.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
I thought that was awesome. I guess recently she's done a video of her shooting, I guess, that AR as well. So that's kind of made the news again recently. But I thought that was kind of cool.
But that's separate from the Jackwagon Train, right?
No, the Jackwagon Train's out of here. This is people that we are praising, I guess. Praising her for her antics, rubbing it in their nose.
Yeah.
And then that lady, I think I sent you guys the link that got carjacked.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that one?
Dallas
mom stops carjacking by shooting suspect in the face.
That's one way to do it.
Shot him in the face. So this mom, let's see what it says. Michelle Booker Hicks parked her SUV at a Shell gas station, went inside about 10 p.m. on July the 4th, leaving her two sons, ages 2 and 4, in the back seat when an employee notified her that someone was trying to steal her vehicle. Booker Hicks ran out to it, jumped in the passenger side, according to NBC5. I seen my 2 babies still back there, she told the local news station. I'm asking the man, hey, my kids are back there. Stop, pull over, pull over. Booker Hicks' 2 kids were in the back seat of the vehicle through it all. When the man, later identified by police department as 36-year-old, what's up with these 36-year-olds?
Yeah.
I don't know. They should know better.
Ricky Wright, pictured above, so apparently he's got a criminal history because I already got a mugshot of him. This is before he's got a hole in his face. Refused to stop the SUV. Booker Hicks grabbed a gun from her glove compartment, so she jumped from the back seat to the front seat, got her gun, and shot the man in the face. Said, I wasn't necessarily worried about my car. I was more worried about my kids.
That's good.
Is what she said. The car then crashed into a telephone pole. Booker Hicks told reporters that she meant to fire the shot as a warning, but also told Fox 4 she believed in defending what's mine. She had recently purchased the gun for protection. Just to see him slumped over like I was just like, Lord, my kids are in the car. They done seen me shoot somebody. Which, I mean, they saw you protect them from who knows what. Says Wright was taken to the hospital, treated for his injuries. According to police, he's in serious stable condition and faces 2 counts of unlawful restraint, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. He also do what? Yeah, at least that. Yeah. He also had past run-ins with the law, assault, arson,
No
theft.
kidding.
Yeah. Making terroristic threats, resisting arrest, drug-related charges. Booker Hicks is not facing charges at this time. She and her children were unharmed. There was a quote I read somewhere. It was hilarious, and this is not the article where I saw it. But she had said something, and they took it out of this one, but it was freaking hilarious. But anyway, I want to praise her for protecting what's hers. Maxine, was it? Not Maxine. Her name is Michelle Booker Hicks. So
Yeah, don't mix her up with the other one.
No.
Yeah.
So this is the opposite of our Jackwagon Train. These are non-Jack. These are heroes who have used their Second Amendment rights the way they were intended to be used.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Which one didn't?
Keep and bear means to actually carry it.
Oh, well, she had it in a glove box.
There's a whole lot of dumb luck in that story.
Oh, no doubt.
The fact that she saw, or first of all, you should never leave your keys in your car anywhere. But even here, I don't leave my keys dangling in my car. The fact that he didn't just drive off without her seeing it, the fact that she was able to catch up to him, then get in there, then grab the gun. That's a whole lot of luck. She's a very lucky individual.
And determined. Determined, pissed off mama.
Yeah. But I got an idea. How about if you're going to carry a gun, actually have it attached to your body?
Yeah.
So that it's with you all the time.
Even better.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, do not use guns as, guns are not for scaring off bad guys. I want to slam my head in a car door when I hear people say that. I was just going to fire a warning shot to scare them.
Mm-hmm.
A, don't do that. B, don't say that. And you know why people say it, Marty?
But Joe Biden,
Because they haven't had training.
They say that because they think that makes them sound reasonable.
Right.
They
Less
think when
guilty.
they're standing in front of the reporters, if they say, well, I just meant to fire a warning shot, that makes them seem like a good person.
Sure. I understand.
You're either justified or you're not. And saying I tried to fire a warning shot doesn't change the facts of the case.
Absolutely not. She did what she should have done, which was shoot the guy in the face.
Just shoot him in the head, shoot him in and about his head, neck, chest, and body, and be done with it. Do your business. Don't. And ladies and gentlemen, if I can tell you anything, your first stop should not be in front of the KABC news cameras.
No.
Those people are not your friends.
No.
They're not on your side.
Stay away from the news.
Yeah, stay away from that.
At all costs, stay away from the news. Apparently, this guy's been shot in the noggin before because this mug shot of him, he's got a huge gash on his forehead already. So it's like he's already taken one to the noggin. But
Well, yeah,
Super slow.
this was not his first time. This was not his first rodeo.
no, it was. I mean, I just read
He's a career
part of his
criminal.
rap sheet.
And he probably has enough on his rap sheet where he should have, at the time of a carjacking, he should have actually been in prison. But, we just can't put felons in prison and make them stay there because that doesn't do any good.
No, that's
It's
not
be-
what
it's better
prisons
to
are
just-
for.
Yeah, put them on a supervised adult probation and let them out amongst the citizens.
Right. Exactly. On the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good for Michelle. I just wanted to point her out. I thought that was a good story. And damn it, if I can't find that quote that she had, they don't have it on this one. It was hilarious. If I find it, I'll read it later.
Give him something to think about or something like that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I think she said, hopefully this will give him something to think about.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
There's one in the story that I'm looking at. It says, I hope that woke him up.
that's it. Read that quote.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I hope that woke him up.
It says, I wasn't necessarily worried about my car, Booker Hicks said. I was more worried about my kids. I'm not a killer or anything, but I do believe in defending what's mine. I hope that woke him up. I put him to sleep, actually.
You guys want to know? All right, from a man who used to wear the badge and the uniform and all that jazz. I'm gonna tell you a story.
Let's
It
hear
didn't.
Didn't wake him up.
No.
It put him right to sleep.
It put him in a coma, I hope, for a minute.
As soon as he's had, what was his rap sheet?
It was
Terroristic threats, assault, theft,
robbery. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a career bad guy.
At 36.
And yeah, he's going to keep doing this until he's room temperature.
Yeah.
He's going to live, and he's going to get out of the hospital, and he'll go through trial, and he'll get an attorney, and they'll plead some kind of a thing, and he'll do half of his sentence, and then he'll be back out on the streets of Texas, and he will find someone else to victimize. You're like, man, that's awful cynical. Yeah, I know. It's awful cynical.
Yeah, we had previous charges of assault, arson, theft, making a terroristic threat, resisting arrest, drug-related charges. Yeah. And that's just the ones that they, before he was an adult.
They probably got bored. They're like, oh, we don't even have room for any more. But,
He got room for the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, but he didn't learn anything. And as long as he's drawing breath, he's going to be victimizing people.
Well, he's not out of the woods yet. They said he's
in serious condition.
Still in serious condition, but stable. They've stabilized him.
Well, I'm sure they're spending tens of thousands of Texas taxpayer dollars to keep him alive.
Yeah, just so he can go to jail and get probation,
and they can spend tens of thousands of Texas taxpayer dollars to house him.
And he'll jump bail and.
Well, they'll do a portion of his sentence, and in 2, 3, 4 years, everyone will have forgotten about this, and he'll just be another number in the system, and the prisons will be crowded, and they'll be like, well, prisons are crowded. This guy's served, 30% of his sentence. Yeah. Go ahead and put him on.
Let him out.
Adult probation. Send him out.
It's a shame. But this story's about Booker Hicks. Yeah. So Michelle Booker Hicks. You are a hero to your kids. Yep. But learn to carry your gun, Michelle. There are a lot of places
actually, if you're
that you
Lord
can go.
In heaven,
you can train.
Carry your gun.
I'm sure there's plenty of places there in Texas that will offer you some free classes. You guys are down.
You know where you're not going to get free classes, Marty?
Chicago.
No, student of the gun.
Student of the gun.
Let me tell you what. Free classes are worthless, and here's why. The student has no investment. They're not investing, and so they're just there to absorb something for free. When when people get the most out of something, when they have to pay for it.
When they got a little skin in the game. Well, I understand that, but at the same time, if you can offer something free to get somebody started into it and get them a little bit of knowledge.
I know where your heart is at, my friend.
Yeah.
But as somebody who's been doing this for 30 years.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
I've taken plenty of classes for free, like in the business world, that I've learned a lot from, and they got me further down the road. So
women in police always want free training.
Women in police.
I'll take free training.
Yeah.
Well, it's available. Just look it out and then or seek it out. But there's also really good training that you pay for, like at Student of the Gun. And how do they get in touch with you, Paul?
It's really hard. Just go to studentofthegun.com.
Boom. There it is.
Now, we offer, and I'm being kind of
and you give free training over your podcast, too, and over you give free advice daily.
I, as somebody who's held classes, like physical, come to the gun shop, to the thing. Here, I'll got one. I got one for you, Marty.
All right.
So before we did launch Student of the Gun full time, I was doing a bunch of armed citizen classes at a local gun range, and I had a woman call me up, and she said, "I want to sign up for this class on Saturday, but they said it's an 8-hour class." I said, "Yeah, it is." "Well, do you have to attend the whole class?" I said, "Well, yeah. I mean,
it's the reason it's 8 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because there's 8 hours of training." She says, "Well, Saturday's my hair appointment day, and I just don't know if I can make it." Like, everybody's got.
It's like, are you wanting me to argue with you here, or?
Everybody's got priorities. So she wanted to know if she could go to her hair appointment, then just come for like a few hours.
Yeah. And you told her, no. Yeah. That's it. I mean,
it's that kind of. That's one of my favorites, though, Marty. That's one of my favorite
awesome.
Stories.
That is a great.
Well, the day of the class, that's my hair appointment day.
Yeah.
Well, and I said, I'm
don't
sure
come to the
your
class.
hair will look lovely in your casket.
In your casket. So,
That's
are you
right.
more concerned about your hair or your life?
Obviously your hair.
Her hair. I got to look good. Come on.
She must have been a Navy SEAL.
That's a good one.
Oh, you're going to get letters.
Oh, that's for my friends. That's for some of my friends.
And you can send those to Jarrad at
P.O. Box
405, Boulder, Colorado. But
Boulder,
make sure you
Colorado.
send a self-addressed stamped envelope if you want to reply.
Whose address is that? Boulder, Colorado.
Oh man, that's an old address. That goes back to like the 70s. If you wanted if you wanted more information about like syphilis,
Right.
send for a 3-fold brochure.
Hand addressed returned envelope to
Yeah, send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
P.O. Box.
P.O. Box 405, Boulder, Colorado.
That's funny. So we got.
That's where we. Go ahead.
No, I was just. We got books to talk about. You've got more books. Apparently, you've got inspired while being in Wyoming to write more too. Is it more inspiring there?
Well, I don't know. I'm usually pretty inspired. What have we done? 3 books? We released 3 books since we've been here.
3 books. So we've got a lot to catch up on then. So,
Yeah, so in 18 months, I've released 3 books. But
let's talk about them.
The most recent one, the one we released right before SHOT Show, was Examining the Armed Citizen, the historic struggle between man and the state for control of small arms. And essentially what I did is I went in and I did a bunch of research, not just about gun control or the gun control movement in the United States of America, but throughout human history. And arms control is not new. It's been around since, well, basically recorded history. I don't know if you are aware of it, but in the 11th century in Europe, there was a crossbow ban.
No,
and they
I was not aware of that.
A crossbow ban because, well, it's just too dangerous. There were these hyper dangerous tools. And if you think about it, up to before the invention of the crossbow, if you wanted to be an archer, you had to put in some time. You had to have some dexterity and some strength and some skill and practice and all that. And then somebody comes along and they invent this crossbow thing. And so any peasant could just pick that thing up, put the stock into his shoulder and, press a trigger and launch a bolt through, one of His Majesty's troops. And we can't have that.
Or His Majesty's deer.
Yeah, or one of His Majesty's deer or something.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
Can't hunt on His Majesty's land.
Yeah, I think it was it lasted like 100 years or something. It was endorsed by the Pope and the kings at the time and all that. And then you go to Japan where they had the great sword hunt where they sent troops house to house, any kind of a military arm or implement, spears or swords or whatever. They were, they took them. And you go over into Europe and you go through the history of British gun control. Everywhere Britain ever took over, they instituted some type of arms restrictions against the peasants.
Right.
So what's going on in the United States of America right now is nothing new. We're just living our own iteration of gun control, of arms control.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been around for at least 1,000 years in recorded history. Who gets to have the guns or swords or bows or whatever, and who doesn't? That's one of the things that the modern gun control movement will try and convince your reasonable Aunt Sally is that, well, we need gun control because of AR-15s or AKs or high-capacity magazines
Glocks.
Or whatever. That's why we need it.
Yeah.
But they had gun control long before the invention of the AR-15. They had weapons control or arms control before the invention of the firearm. It's not new. The state has always had a history of making sure that the peasants don't have anything to resist with, because if the peasants are able to resist too much, then they don't give you all their money or the amount of money that you want from them.
Give you all the money, all the labor. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can't have that. They just need to go to work and shut up and give us tax money, and we don't want to hear any lip from them. So we addressed that. I addressed the fact that there's several Supreme Court cases where the Supreme Court has held that the police are not liable if they fail to protect you. They are held harmless.
Mm-hmm.
And one of their favorite legal phrases is that police officers have no legal constitutional duty to protect individuals from harm.
And that's true.
Only society in general.
Yeah, and that's true, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah, I mean, the Supreme Court has upheld, actually on multiple occasions, state Supreme Courts. And so I went in and I addressed several cases, because what is the other argument that, your reasonable father-in-law or Uncle Jim or whatever, or that guy at work, what does he say? Maybe before we had 911 and before we had police response and da-da-da-da-da, but, today in America, we have the police, and you don't need guns because the police are here to protect you. And you say, well, actually, you have no idea what you're talking about. Or you could say, what would you say if I told you the Supreme Court said that the police are not here to protect you?
Yeah.
And that's not true. That can't possibly be true.
They'd say, I don't believe it. Emphatically.
Yes, and you open up to that page and you're like, look, case 1, case 2, case 3. Do you want me to keep going? So, and any politician who says that you should surrender your guns because of the police or 911 or whatever, or only the police should have guns, is either a criminal liar or so ignorant of the law that they should not be in elected office.
Oh my gosh, that would be 98% of them that are in office right now. No kidding.
How is it that Paul Markel can write this book and point all this stuff out, and congressmen and senators can go in front of television cameras and say, there's no reason for a person to own an AR-15 when we have police? And you're like, yeah, but the thing is there, buddy, the Supreme Court has said that the police could be in the driveway while I'm being murdered in my house. Heck, they could be on the other side of a glass door while I'm getting stabbed to death. And the Supreme Court said that they are not liable.
Or they could be a school security guard that when there's an active shooter just sits his ass outside.
Yeah, just hides outside.
Yeah.
And then we learned that in Vegas with that dealio that they had going on at the I can't remember the name of the casino.
Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay, yeah. They hung out a floor below him for a little while.
Yeah, well, they heard gunshots, and so they retreated.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you need to surrender all of your guns to the police because they're here to protect you.
Yeah. And when we were talking about this, I've had some people ask me, well, isn't it your job to protect yourself? Yeah, I'm not saying that I expect the police to protect me as an individual. We're just using this as an instance where the politicians are saying that, well, you don't need these guns because the police are there for you. Well, no, they're not, because the Supreme Court says that they're not responsible for my safety, which is fine. So let me be responsible for my own
safety. Let me be responsible for my own safety.
Well, I mean, that goes to prove that the government is not responsible for your safety. Only you can be responsible for your safety. And if they take that away from you, then there's nobody looking out for you.
Yeah, there's no one.
There's no one.
So, well, here's what I would like to say. I'll stop with the it's called Examining the Armed Citizen, and it's ammunition for your brain. That's what it is. And I want your brain to be fully loaded.
And how long did it take you to write this? I mean, you got years and years of experience, obviously, that goes into this book. You said you were doing some research. Where did your travels take you for your research?
Well, actually, my travels took me to books and the internet. This actually was the longest book for me to compile because it is the most detailed, it has the most detailed references and sourcing of any of the books I've ever written. Because I figured, as soon as it came out and I started, destroying or attacking these arguments, like, you don't need guns because we have the police and, blah, blah, blah. And
did the Nazis really ban guns in Germany? You're covering that.
And the fact is the Nazis did not ban guns in Germany. They
Really?
banned guns from the unreliable people. You see, if you were a card-carrying Nazi, if you're a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party,
Mm-hmm.
you can have all guns you want because you're part of the good guy team.
Right.
You're one of us. But it's those other people, those unreliable people, those Jews and gypsies and Catholics and, whatever, those people, they're not allowed.
They can't have them.
Yeah.
That's who they were banned from. And you're talking about other countries and strict gun control laws. Are they more safe, less terrorism? So you cover a lot in this book.
I talk about the criminal and the terrorist, how the reason and the excuse. We're all told that you and I can't have blank. You can't have a plastic part that screws onto a black rifle because of terrorists. So they use terrorists as the excuse all the time. But if you examine it, you find that the laws that are being applied to us supposedly to prohibit terrorism or criminal behavior don't actually ever do that.
Hmm.
And they never have.
Now,
So
Australia being a good example of one of those countries who have strict gun laws, gun bans. I just read an article the other day to where they're getting even more. It's like, we only want to ban certain things, sounds very familiar to what's happening here in America. We only want to ban bump stocks. We only want to ban, AR-15s. Well, Australia was successful in doing all that. And now people have to be highly vetted, and you have to state reasons as to why. If you've got anything, I think caliber over, I can't remember what caliber it was, but if it's higher than a certain caliber, you got to have even, stricter reasons.
We got some listeners in Australia, and one of them detailed his experience to us.
Yeah,
he wanted to buy a 22 pistol, a Walther 22 target pistol. It took him 14 months from the beginning of his Mother May I application process before he was able to take control of his Walther 22 target pistol.
Yeah. And
now
I've read that they're even getting more strict on it's like, okay, so the caliber restriction was this, now they've raised it to this. It's like, why are, if you've got this caliber, you've got to justify why you're carrying this caliber now. And if you can't justify it in their eyes, and the way their law states, it's whatever the authoritative person decides is reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have this is what's reasonable. It's whatever that person.
There's no shall issue.
No.
It's all, if Big Brother says it's okay, then yes, but otherwise, forget
it's all that individual person, whoever's in charge at that time, whoever they got to go through. If he thinks that it's reasonable, it's reasonable. If he thinks it's not reasonable, it's not reasonable. And you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
And they keep going after more and more is what it was an article. If you guys just Google Australian gun laws in the news, it'll come up in your Google search and you can read about it. But I just thought that was interesting. It falls in line with what you're saying here with your book. Definitely.
So examining the armed citizens on Amazon, it's ammunition for your brain. I want your brain to be fully loaded. And you can get it as a paperback or as a Kindle.
I was going to say, it looks like it's a leather. Is that leather? It
Yeah,
looks
it's
like a
just
Bible
just shiny.
cover. Okay.
Just shiny.
Like a leather cover on that. Like, yeah.
No, you can't sell leather covered books for for that price.
For $9.99, you get the paperback, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. And if you're what is it, Kindle
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Zero.
Yeah, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can download it onto your phone immediately because you're already paying for it. You can get it for free.
There you go. Very nice. And that's called Examining the Armed Citizen, the Historic Struggle Between Man and the State for Control of Small Arms.
Yep.
By Paul Markel. So that's one. You got two more?
Well, the Cigar Etiquette for Barbarians book we released about a year ago, right, Jared?
Yeah.
How have I not heard about that one?
You've heard about Cigar Etiquette for Barbarians?
No, I was going to say, how have I not heard about that one?
I don't know. You're not paying close attention, man.
I don't read a lot.
Well, yeah, I wrote a cigar book, and it's out and it's available. But the one that we just I'm doing a podcast called Morning Mindset, and it's a real it's an easy to digest morning mindset. It's not about guns and politics and so forth. It's about positive and productive living, and I keep the episodes really short on purpose. Basically, it's like a cup of coffee podcast. So you pour yourself a cup of coffee, you hit play, you sit there, you listen, finish your coffee, you're done, and you're moving on with your day. And it's just called Morning Mindset with Paul Markel. It's on iTunes and every podcast, everything. And we just surpassed episode 100 on that.
Congratulations.
And I asked people if they would be interested in me going a little farther in depth in some of the topics in book format. And, I got a positive response. So I sat down over a period of a couple months and I wrote the book Morning Mindset, a 30-day plan for a more positive and productive life. And the way it's laid out so that you can absorb one lesson per day for 30 days. You see how I did that?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't want people, I don't expect people to try and digest it all. And everybody's busy. Everybody's got, things to do and families and careers and so forth. But if you can dedicate about 10 minutes a day to consuming the material, then, I've been in the Marine Corps. I was a non-commissioned officer in the Marine Corps, and I've been writing and teaching. I've been a professional instructor for a long time. So I just took a lot of my 30 plus years of experience and I put it in that book. And so the Morning Mindset book is available right now on Amazon as a paperback. The Kindle's not out yet, but we just released it, the 28th of June, I think was the very first day.
Okay. Sounds like a good...
It's pretty fresh.
Have that cup of coffee, take your morning poo, kind of read.
Yeah, put it on the back of your toilet and read one lesson per morning movement, and you can do something productive rather than playing
better your life
on your phone.
Absolutely. And these are all available on Amazon. They go to your website too?
Some of them are available as signed copies on our website. All the books, I think I've got, 9 or 10 books now, are available on Amazon as paperbacks, and except for the Morning Mindset, they're all available as Kindle versions too. Okay.
I'll definitely check out the Morning Mindset. That sounds intriguing. Now, I see that Matt did a forward for you on the Cigar Etiquette for Barbarians. Matt Dorito.
Yeah, my friend Matt Dorito from Pop Evil.
Yeah, our friend. Good guy.
Yep.
He's Matt. A cigar aficionado.
Yes, he is.
I'm sure he's an aficionado of a lot of things. No doubt. Yeah. So you guys check out Paul's new books. I've got a lot of reading to catch up on. I'm a little embarrassed. I didn't know you'd had that many books released since last time we talked. So,
dude, what's funny is that we obviously have friends in the media, in the gun industry media, you and I and Dad and everybody that's on this call. And I'll get somebody will ask me, "Well, did you hear this episode of mine?" I'm like, "Bro, we produce so much content. Please send me a link if you want me to listen to something specific."
Right.
We're so busy producing, and I'm sure you are too, that it's like I don't see everything. Like
I don't listen. I don't see. No, I just don't have time. I wish I did. And that's what I tell you guys. When you got something new, just get in touch with me, and we'll talk about it on the show. We'll highlight it. I love talking to you.
Yeah, we do that. I mean, we just get busy, and I've co-hosted other people's shows, and I've been guests, and I know what it's like. You know, it's like YouTube. People are like, "Oh, did you see this YouTube video? Did you see this YouTube video?" I'm like, no.
Out of 10.2 billion videos that are out there, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, that exact one, right? That's why. And you were talking about your first aid kits earlier. You know, we'd had a leadhead that was in a predicament. You know, summertime coming up, he's going to be wearing shorts. You know, he was looking for a kit that he could carry that would be conducive with his shorts. And I immediately sent you guys. I was like, hey.
Yeah, you tagged us in.
I was like, correct this guy.
Like a tag team championship, man. Did we win?
Exactly. I don't know. Did he order one? If he ordered one.
I don't know.
No.
Somebody ordered one.
A shipping ogre.
Then you are the winner. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Out of all the customers, Zach's going to be like, oh, yeah, that guy.
I don't know. I recognize a lot of names. I remember a lot of names.
I don't know. I guess I could pull it up on Facebook here, but I don't.
Yeah, but it's cool. But he either did or he didn't. You know, I get that. We get that all the time. People are like, "Oh, I'm going to get one of those for sure." I'm like, "Okay, well, I see the sales records, and you're a liar." But
unless you had your mom order it for you or something.
Yeah. No, and it's no skin off my nose. I mean, I'm not going to be the one laying on the side of the road bleeding to death. And, you know,
if price is an object for these people, they can get the student kit, which is the least expensive of all of them and the most compact.
Let's talk about your kits real quick, because I mean they are excellent piece of kit for people to have in their EDC and on person. I mean, you guys make them so simple that you can carry them just like your gun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was about 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, I started working as a military contractor. And one of the classes that we taught to the troops was called TCCC, or Tactical Combat Casualty Care. And that's you teach each other, your buddies. Everybody learns how to stop their buddy from dying while they're waiting for the corpsman or the medic to show up, right? Mm-hmm. And so translate, and I was teaching that to these 18, 19-year-old military troops. And I was like, you know, if you could teach an 18 or a 19-year-old how to keep his buddy alive while he's waiting for the pros to show up, why can't we teach this to every American? You know, if you're smart enough to get your concealed carry permit or a driver's license, you're smart enough to be able to keep somebody alive while you're waiting for the ambulance to show up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we started doing the Beyond the Band-Aid classes first. Basically, I took the TCCC program and I pulled the military stuff out. Like I don't need to do field sanitation and spider bites, you know, for the average dude on the street. Mm-hmm. But I do need to talk about what happens when an artery is open and there's bright red stuff squirting out on the ground. Okay. Or when somebody doesn't have an airway, you know, those kind of things. And after the Boston bombing, I got a bunch of messages or emails about what kind of stuff do you think I should have on me in case of something like that. And so we did a YouTube video, and I had a bunch of kit, you know, a bunch of things, and I showed them. You did the show and tell, you know. Sure. And I said, get a Ziploc bag and get this, and then get that, and then get this thing, and put them all in a Ziploc bag. And I was, you know, this just goes to show you, I did that video, and then the next messages I got were, well, where can I get that already put together? Where can I? Yeah, I don't want to build my own kit. I just want to I just want to like buy one thing.
Make it even more simpler for me.
Yeah. Just let me click a button and then it shows up at my door.
Yeah. Right. So we came up with the very first pocket lifesaver kit based upon that, and it's gone through some alterations and iterations in the. So now we're at good. Now we have good, better, best. We have the basic kit, which was the original one. It's got a rat's tourniquet in it. It's got gauze. It's got tape. It's got a nose hose. It's got gloves. And then we came up with an enhanced one that actually has a chest decomp needle and some other stuff in there. And we had the better and the best. And we were talking to our good friend EJ Owens, and he goes, okay, you got the better and the best, but you don't have the good. You need to have three. And and if you look at anything, you know, anything that's for more of one of, there's not two, there's always three. It's either one or three. So we sat down and we came up with an idea. I said, you know, I bet you there's a lot of guys out there, or girls or whatever, that are thinking, yeah, this kit is good. I should have it. I should have it on me. Put it in the car, put it in the bag, put it in the pack, put it in my hip pocket. But if I give one of those to my 15-year-old and I spent $40, $50 or $60 even for it, and they lose it, I'm going to be pissed, right?
Right.
We all have 13, 14, 15-year-olds. And if you give a kid a $50 kit and you're like, hey, where's your kit? Oh, I don't know. I had it. And now
Left
I
it
don't.
at Brian's house.
Yeah. I think I left it over. You know. So what we came up with what I actually call the student kit. It's got a TK4 tourniquet. It's got gauze. It's got tape. It's got the gloves, but it's priced at less than $25.
Nice.
So, you're thinking, I want to give one to my kid. So if your kid loses the student kit, you're going to be annoyed, but you're certainly not going to be as pissed as if they lost a $60 trauma
Not
kit.
as pissed, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the student kits are obviously
Still need to
because
give
the way
them a
they're
good
designed,
talking to if they lose it.
Yeah, they're smaller, so they're easy to carry. And if you're going to the zoo and you've got your shorts, t-shirt, and your comfortable walking shoes, you're like, well, I can't carry medical gear on me. Yes, you can. If you can
Absolutely.
carry a wallet and a cell phone on you, you can carry a kit.
Yep.
And we've actually, if you want to check out the Pocket Lifesaver, it's real simple, pocketlifesaver.com. But we've actually distilled down into what we call the fundamental 4. And that's what you should carry on you, which is lethal, sharp, bright, and medical. And nowadays with technology and things being so small, you can carry all those in a tank top and shorts and flip-flops. Lethal, sharp, bright, and medical.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't leave your house.
So-
Those are 4 things you should have everywhere.
So I found the guy. It's Ed Burton. He said, need a way other than an ankle rig to carry a blowout kit for short season. Any suggestions?
There you go. Hey, Ed.
Shorts with pockets.
Ed. And Ed actually just emailed me again the day before yesterday on a new night vision company that he is friends with. So Ed has been very engaging with the Leadhead Brigade and with me. So Ed, you just won yourself some stuff from the Talking Lead Swag Vault. So get in touch with me, and I'm going to hook you up with some cool stuff, Ed.
Nice.
Yeah, it's righteous.
You're such a nice guy, Marty.
We reward
Oh,
our
certainly.
listeners here who are engaging with us on social media, through email,
Yeah.
who makes Jackwagon nominations, just anything. So we like to reward them just at random. This is our 5.5 years we've been doing Talking Lead, and
Yeah, we pretty much started within a couple of weeks of each other, didn't we?
yeah, I mean, it was right after Sandy Hook happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was within a couple of weeks of each other because we had our 5-year anniversary in March.
Yeah, March 8th, 2013 is when we started.
Ours officially was December, but we're celebrating it this whole year, our 5th year, the whole year, by giving away awesome prizes from the Leadhead, from Talking Lead Vault, Swag Vault, and from our sponsors. We've been giving away watches. We've been giving away Modern Spartan system kits. We've been giving away scopes, giving away all kinds of cool stuff.
I need to start engaging over there. Maybe you'll send me a watch.
That's right, man. You should start sending Marty some letters.
No, I'll definitely
I'll send you some pictures, man.
hook you guys up with some watches.
I mean letters, not pictures.
As long as they're as good as the last pictures that you sent me. You got to outdo yourself from the last ones. But
And that's gonna be hard.
But guys, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're busy as hell with all the shows that you're doing, the books that you're writing, and just the Wyoming and Utah living that you're doing now. That's awesome. I got to get up there and visit you guys. I've always wanted to come up there.
We have a
You
guest.
should. You should.
Do some
Don't
hunting.
just say it. Do it.
No, hunting. Want to come up there during hunting season.
Well, it's killing season right now.
How's it work? Do they do like draws and stuff for big game up there? How's it work?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you want to take one of His Majesty's elk or His Majesty's bear or moose or anything like that,
Right.
yeah, you got to get on that stuff early. You got to get on that stuff early. And when I mean early, I mean like in January, February.
2 years ahead of time.
Yeah, for the following year or what have you, because
Yeah.
yeah, His Majesty only gives out so many writs, per year to take his game, and
I got
but
you.
right, what what I'm into, or at least I'm into the varmint hunting, because nobody cares about varmints and nobody cares about varmints and predators.
How does it work
So-
in Wyoming? Is it just year round there, or
Yeah,
is it
Oh, yeah.
certain?
No,
Because
no.
Tennessee's backwards here. I mean, they got a freaking, season for everything. It's ridiculous. Even the predators,
Nah.
the varmints.
No.
Shrimp.
Varmints and predators are all year long. It's open season all day long. It's just like 7-Eleven, man. It never closes.
Okay, so we can do some hog hunting. We can do some.
You ain't gonna kill no hogs up here. It's
You
too
got
high.
no hogs up there?
No,
We need to bring some.
I know.
No.
Just don't tell Fish and Game you're bringing them.
Right?
Yeah.
His Majesty will be mad.
His Majesty will be displeased.
He'd be very
But,
displeased.
But yeah, we
have
got
some
we
here
got
in Utah.
coyotes and prairie dogs and jackrabbits.
Prairie dogs. That's something I heard. That's fun as shit. Is
Oh yeah,
shooting prairie dogs, hunting prairie dogs,
Oh, fun
we
shit.
make them dance.
eradicating prairie dogs. Let me say it that way.
Well, and I'll let you. We're not going to turn this into a hunting show, but something that most people don't. People out east think that prairie dog hunting is they've all heard of these prairie dog towns,
Uh-huh.
right? Like in South Dakota, where you sit on the side of a hill and you just lay in one spot and you shoot at hundreds of prairie dogs.
Yeah,
And that's not the way it is.
that
up
don't
here.
exist. Okay.
No, and what we've got is you'll have colonies, but you have to move around.
Mhm.
We got a lot of mesquite and sagebrush and all that jazz, and but then we probably got what would you say 250,000 acres of BLM land that we have open access to, plus the ranch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And fortunately, unlike Nevada, we don't have any uranium in ours, so the federal government doesn't feel the need to kill ranchers in order to get their hands on it.
To get the uranium.
Yeah, to get the uranium. So lucky us.
But you do have UFOs out there, though, right?
Well, in Nevada they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's close. They gotta come through there eventually.
Mm.
Yeah, they buzzed
They
the
got the
towers through
uranium.
Wyoming.
That's why the UFOs actually were landing in Nevada because of the uranium deposits.
All the uranium they need.
Yeah, but we don't need
because that's what
Hey
they.
Zach, I got a question for you.
Zach,
Is your mic on?
I thought you were just going to ask.
The
what?
shipping ogre. Do the flat earthers believe in aliens?
Maybe. They believe in extraterrestrials. How do you pronounce it?
Extraterrestrial?
terrorist.
Extra meaning more and terra meaning land.
Mm.
From more land.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a question for the ages.
It's a thing.
Does
Don't
the
worry about
Flat
it.
Earth Society believe in extraterrestrial life?
So
No,
is
who are
the
the
flat
fake flat
Earth?
earthers
Who is that?
again? What?
Yeah. What's the Flat Earth Society?
I said, who are the
What?
fake? There's the Flat Earth Society, I think, is the one that you're not supposed to listen to.
And the
Remember,
Flat Earthers
the
say
one-
that you're
the
not
one-
supposed to listen to Flat Earth Society.
The ones who have the picture of the Earth turnip.
You don't know that there's an actual organization in America trying to convince people that the round Earth is a lie and
It's
that
flat.
we're living on a flat Earth.
And
It
that,
has too many followers.
and we have no gravity. Gravity doesn't exist.
It's
Well,
the downforce.
Yeah, it's a electrical downforce. You just don't understand. You need to educate yourself.
I need to get out more often, don't I?
Yeah.
I got to get more often. I didn't even know you had. I didn't know you had 3 new books out. So yeah, I got to get
There
out
you
more
go.
often, man.
Hey,
hey.
Do
So
you wear
get.
hats often, Marty?
Do I wear hats often?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Hey, Zach, will you get him one of our icon hats? I'm wearing one right now, if you can see
No.
it.
Well,
Send-
thank
will
you.
you send him one, please?
Sure thing.
Thank you.
How do you feel about beanies?
Love beanies,
Okay.
like
Did you
toboggan
say
beanies.
with
What kind of show?
A hat. We have multiple hats.
you like beanies with or without the tag?
Yes.
When you say beanie, are you talking about like a toboggan?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
a toboggan a sled?
No, it's something you put on your noggin. Toboggan on your noggin.
A toboggan in Michigan is a sled, but go ahead.
Toboggan. Well, there's the toboggan
Knit
Olympics.
Caps. How about that?
That too. Did you guys get? Did I hook you up with some shirts at NRA? Did y'all come by the booth at NRA?
I don't wear shirts.
I went by the booth and I made faces at Rob, but other than that,
Everybody did that. Did I hook you guys up with shirts?
no. But
Okay, I'll hook you up with some shirts. We got the new Leadhead Brigade shirts.
oh, that's right. You got the new brigade shirts.
Yeah, the brigade shirts, and then we got our Letties, the new talking
Hey.
Letties, better than a Yeti.
Those are cool.
the Talking Leadies. So
Talking Leadies.
you lead heads go to dip123.com/talking lead to get your Talking Lead assault mugs right here. The big evil black assault mugs. So Deanie named them that. So
You need to come up with easier addresses like talkinglead.com.
well, 1776 United is the official swag provider for everything but our cups, but they're going to start carrying those soon. So until
There
then,
you go.
until then, they've got to go to dip123.com/talking lead. But you can still get our T-shirts at 176united.com and patches,
All right.
T-shirts and patches. All right, anything else, you guys?
No, that's pretty much
All
it.
your
Go to
new stuff there. I mean,
studentofthegun.com.
that's a lot. Yeah, go to studentofthegun.com. You guys listen to them pretty much anywhere you listen to Talking Lead: iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify.
Yep.
Where else you guys? You're probably more places than me.
Everywhere.
'Cause-
If you can listen to a podcast, you can listen to us. If you have a podcast app, we're on it.
There you
Tune
go.
in. It's one that you didn't mention. But yeah.
Tune in, tune out, all
Tune
that
in.
stuff.
I need to see if I'm on Tune In.
If you're not, I'll help you if you need it.
Okay. Yeah, I need help with all that stuff.
You need more help than I can give you.
I do. I'm one of those people, free, I'll take it. All right, guys, that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. Make sure that you go and support those that support this show. Right on, the official optics of Talking Lead, rightonusa.com. X Steel Targets, the best, most affordable AR-500 steel targets on the market today, X Steel Targets. And you just missed out on a huge 4th of July sale. They were doing 45% off. You could probably go check it out. They may still have a few things left with that discount. But just get in touch with Bud over at X Steel Targets. Modern Spartan Systems. Don't just clean your firearms, optimize them with Modern Spartan Systems line of cleaning, lubricants, greases, and of course the TVT engine oil additive, guys. I run that in the lead sled, and I'm getting close to 320,000 miles in the old lead sled.
Nice.
And we put it in all our vehicles, anything with an engine, our mowers, our generators, everything. We run the TVT engine oil additive. It's good stuff. And it's environmentally safe. So there you go. Being up there in Wyoming. Clean air. Keeps it that way. And of course, Defi watches, the official wrist wear of Talking Lead. And the awesome deals. 44% across the board. Any watch at DefiWatches.com right now. You guys get the discount. And that's going to last until the end of the month. And then make sure you go and check out the Zoo Box. Just sign up for the newsletter there, and you're going to get entered for a chance to win a watch every Friday. And at the end of their 11-day period that we talked about earlier, they're giving away a $1,200 Atlantis watch. So something to get involved with there, guys. I think that's everybody. Of course, 1776 United, the official swag of Talking Lead. Go there. Get all your cool ideas. Thank you so much again for taking the time. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys soon.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime you want to talk about anything important or just shoot shit, that's what we're here for, man. And we do talk hunting on this show too, Paul.
Well, there you go. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't want to bore your listeners.
No, we talk. We try not to talk politics on the show. We talk about everything else but politics, but sometimes we get snookered into politics.
You just have to go into it sometimes, man.
Sometimes we do. It just happens that way. But until next episode, Leadheads, as always, keep your loved ones close.
And this is Paul with Student of the Gun, and keep your firearms closer.
And I'm Jarrad with Student of the Gun. Keep your firearms closer.
And Alex.
He's not here.
Oh, did she leave? And Zach.
I'm Zach, and keep your firearms close.
Zach with who?
Student of the gun. I'm just here with freaking Walmart.
I'm
I just
Zach
gotta be
running the
setting
board.
it.
That's Zach running the board.
Welcome to Walmart.
Get your shit and get the fuck out.
There you go. Y'all know the tag? And your firearms closer.
It's closer, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do it again.
Forgot that we were supposed to do it with you. Okay. All right. This happened last time. Let's do this.